Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. It's Christmas Eve. So I'm going to give y'all a Christmas Eve forecast and just forecast throughout the rest of the holiday weekend, including Christmas and the day after Christmas. A lot to dig down in this video, but we're really just going to focus on this weekend. So hope you guys are having a great morning and enjoying time with your family, or just simply enjoying the day off. I know not everybody necessarily enjoys the holidays, whether that be they're missing loved ones, or whether it may be. So I'm praying for you guys out there who are lonely, who struggle through the holidays, and I hope the people who are with family are having a good time and getting going. And hope y'all are definitely excited. I know my kids are excited for Christmas Eve. So let's dive down to the weather, because there's a lot of festive things going on right now as far as the weather. For example, in the Northeast, there's some snow falling. And obviously out west is going to see a white Christmas depending on where you are. And so we're going to dive deep into that and talk about the rest of the country also for the weekend. So if you guys have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and like the video if you like it. Appreciate y'all support as usual. Y'all got anything I can pray about on this Christmas Eve, please put it in the comments. Gives me an opportunity to do so. Other people in the comments see it also, trust me, and they pray for you also. So prayer is powerful. Take advantage of that, especially in this holiday season. So let's get going here. So first off, I want to show you this. Snow is beginning to wrap up in southern New England. I'm talking about Connecticut, Rhode Island, southern areas and southeast areas of Massachusetts. Boston has seen some snow this morning, and there's been a pretty not intense, but a moderate band setting up through here, through areas of western Massachusetts, moved through this area, and then moving through areas of Rhode Island. Certain areas in here, maybe you picked up an inch, maybe an inch and a half of snow. Even New York City has seen a dusting of snow this morning. So a nice festive snow, not a disruptive snow, but a really just a mood setting snow that's really setting the tone for this evening and the holiday activities. And it's going to remain cold up in this region. So I really think the snow is going to stay on the ground. What's unfortunate for these areas is a little bit of freezing rain is going to move in overnight for Christmas Eve and Christmas morning. We're going to talk about that. You take a look out west and we look at areas like, let's see, out here the snow has cranked up definitely in the Sierra Nevada. Very heavy snow. If you're up in the mountains of Sierra Nevada, Lake Tahoe area, I mean, y'all are just getting buried in snow. You look at, sorry I don't have these pulled up, but I can't really pull up multiple screens. The Medford area is definitely an area I'm watching. You folks in Medford, it's all rain right now, but if anything's falling. But I really think by this evening, you guys could switch to snow as some heavier precipitation starting to move onshore from the Pacific. You look up towards Portland. You guys are going to switch to snow too. I don't think you are going to get as much as areas like Medford, but I really think you guys are going to see some snow for sure. How much is a big question for the Portland area, it really is. But right now you are seeing a cold rain, which you are accustomed to in that area. As far as the Seattle area, Seattle is going to get very cold this coming week. They really are. But right now, you guys probably just seeing more so in rain. But really, you could climb up in elevation just a little bit and see some snow, and I really think y'all will see some snow too. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into this storm here in the next day or so. But very, very real crazy storm. Elsewhere, not a whole lot going on. We'll look at the HRRR. As far as let's just take a look at temperatures first. So going forward here, let's see if we can get this rolling. Going forward here, it is going to be an absolute blazer in Texas. I mean, temperatures are going to be in the 80s. Dallas, west of Dallas. I mean, the whole state of Texas and Oklahoma is going to be into the 80s. You guys are not going to feel like Christmas at all. It's going to be very warm. Elsewhere in the southeast Carolinas, basically the more east you go, a little bit cooler it gets. Here in the Carolinas, Georgia, highs in the 60s to close to 70. Northeast is going to remain pretty cold for Christmas Eve, especially deep into the Northeast. If you're getting closer to western New York, actually in Pennsylvania, down in West Virginia, into the Mid-Atlantic, warms up. It'll actually, temperature-wise, not be a very bad day. But at the same time, out west, you have the cold Arctic starting to drop down, and it gets much colder into your Christmas day for these areas. And then as we're getting into Christmas morning, a little bit of freezing rain and snow is falling from Maine. New Hampshire. It's going to be a beautiful Christmas snow. And honestly, I don't think the ice is going to be real disruptive. Honestly, it'll probably make the scene up there Christmas morning, places like New Hampshire, Vermont, southern Maine, well, all of Maine, areas of Massachusetts, with that little bit of snow on the ground from this morning, mixed in with the freezing rain, would put a glistening on the trees. It'll probably look absolutely beautiful. It really will. I wish I could experience something like that. That would be crazy. But as far as highs for Christmas Day, cold where it normally is cold. Arctic airs begin to drop down. Places like Portland, Oregon, Medford, very colder than average. A very warm day in Texas and the southern U.S. I think that 70s could reach as far north as potentially Washington, D.C. Florida's warm. Of course, Florida's going to be warm if areas north of it's warm. Warm day, warm Christmas day. It's not going to feel like Christmas, but you take what you can get. You know, when you get these outside toys in the South, at least it gives you an opportunity to go outside and play with them without freezing your butt off like last year. Last year was brutal, very, very cold, totally different situation. So let's talk about the Northeast really quick. This system will continue to move out. It'll clear out as we're getting into our Christmas Eve evening here. Rain, it's making its way. Unfortunately for you guys in Michigan and places like that, you'll actually be too warm. Even far northern Michigan, you guys will actually be too warm for any wintry precipitation, but there's still cold air locked into the northern New England and southern New England, and that snowpack's probably going to enhance it a little bit. So this precipitation moves in the wee hours of the morning, Christmas morning, and it's falling as freezing rain, not snow, for areas in Massachusetts, Connecticut, Delaware. So there is winter weather advisory still in effect, not from the event going on right now, but they're still in effect through Christmas morning for this. Now, the good news is this is all going to go to rain, so it's going to end up turning into a slop fest for areas in southern New England as you get into the day tomorrow. But it will remain a nice Christmas snow for most of New Hampshire and Vermont. I think Vermont, New Hampshire is probably going to go over to rain sometime in the day, even for some of the higher elevations. But a nice shield of snow making its way over a large portion of Maine, and then more snow. Another piece of energy comes through and enhances it. So as far as ice accumulation, nothing too bad, nothing too crazy. The most I see is maybe a little over 1/10 of an inch of ice. But it's going to be slick. It's going to just be one of your, in this little small area of the country of the eastern U.S., it's going to look like a Hallmark movie. I really think it is before it starts raining in some of these areas late in the day Christmas. Of course, freezing rain is rain. It's just falling at below temperatures. But I think this ice could, pile up decently quick because I think there will be some cold air in place initially. As far as snow, I think most of you guys in southern Maine and a large chunk of Vermont and New Hampshire are probably going to see a little bit of accumulating snow, but nothing really disruptive. As far as the entire eastern U.S. in general, let's back it up here because we're a little too far ahead. We're getting into today. Here comes that system flying into the northeast. But elsewhere, as you're getting into Christmas morning, a very rainy day, very rainy start, rainy, cold rain for Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Dayton, Ohio, places of Indiana, West Virginia. You guys will be waking up to rain, and it might be heavy for certain areas. Even New York City, you guys saw a nice light snow event this morning. It'll be rain by the time you wake up to this time tomorrow morning, and maybe some heavy rain setting up. There's a little band I'm watching right here into West Virginia and southern Ohio, northern Virginia. Could be quite heavy rain here, maybe some storms. But, by the time all this rain moves out for these northern areas of Wisconsin, Michigan, maybe some snow, maybe an area of snow moves in just in time as you're wrapping up Christmas Day to make a little festive look outside. So definitely, this is pretty much what it's looking like for the eastern U.S. Now, you're looking out west here, and as we're looking out west here, you can see just waves of heavier precipitation moving on shores. We're getting into our Christmas Eve evening this evening. And, in the process of Christmas Eve moving through, snow levels are going to be dropping for the cities in the valleys. We already know the higher elevations, well above several thousand feet up in the air, are going to get heavy snow. So we already know that. They're going to get several inches, several feet potentially, depending on how high up you are. But as you're getting into Christmas morning, Christmas afternoon, snow levels will continue to drop. And you notice where all these areas on Christmas Eve are showing more green on the valleys. When you fast forward another 24 hours into Christmas Day, you're turning into all snow for areas like Medford, Portland, Eugene, Seattle is going to see some snow showers potentially. And then it's just going to be potentially a snowy evening, especially Christmas evening for these valley cities. You get a little closer look at Seattle. I think Seattle, you're going to fight with rain today, but as you get into tonight, into Christmas morning, there is going to be some chance for some snow falling. I really think there is. You look into Oregon, these cities, you see a lot of green on the map. Well, I mean, not a lot of green, but you see some green in these valleys right in here. But as you're getting into Christmas morning, you guys gradually in Portland will switch to potentially some heavy snow. And then I think all these valleys will eventually switch to some snow as you get into Christmas Day. Now, as far as the day after Christmas, same scenario out west. Nothing's going to change, rainy. But I think precipitation moves on out for the Northeast. And I think Sunday, your day after Christmas, potentially, I really think as you get into your Sunday, and let me jump to the GFS here. Sunday, I really think will be a very warm day across the southern U.S. I know personally, I plan on being outside a lot Sunday, and I hate to say it, but I'm not one of the people who keep all my Christmas stuff up through New Year's. I'm really not. We put it up pretty early, and we take it down normally the day after Christmas. To me, it's like you move past something that's already happened. We love Christmas, we do, but when it's over, to us, it's over, and it's time to look forward to the new year and look forward to goals. I know normally these last couple weeks of the year, I normally start to focus really on 2022 and how much I can improve as a husband, a father, and just try to get better with my personal goals to make situations better for my family and things like that. So, my focus begins to shift away from the holidays, and New Year's for us has never really been that big of a deal. It's just another day. Heck, we hadn't even stayed up until the ball drops in years. I would say almost a decade. But that's all I got, guys. Y'all have a great Christmas Eve. I might be able to fit in a video tonight, might not, but God bless all y'all. Appreciate all y'all. It's been a heck of a year, and have a great night.